Ajafo Sabra Minoka say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he is being dragged on social media. Now, the NPP, the New Patriotic Party, is doing everything to relieve, okay? And as a basically to kind of turn the whole thing on John Dramani Mahama. We all know that this past 8 years, Ghana has been in hell. And John Dramani Mahama currently, he seems like the beacon of hope or babeji efin kwasum and per the polls now it shows that majority of Ghanaians endorse or also approve of what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is doing. Now, on social media, there is a new whole propaganda against John Dramani Mahama. Perhaps on my main chumu, there is this whole thing I course on social media. It is called the New Hajj Village and a New Hajj Village. Now the New Hajj Village, is basically an initiative of John Dramani Mahama. Basically, like Muslims for one of our biggest place of gathering. Now, just today, information about it said John Dramani Mahama met with the chief imam together with other heads of the Muslim fraternity. He basically cut short for this particular project. A copy of it and on the screen is a 3D version. It is just telling you how beautiful the place will be. Now, in some way, told Jan quickly, Ghana for the other fraction, the New Patriotic Party, hey, and for your markets, or many idea on Beckham Wasem, and yet that's already a boom. Trending on social media number 1 in Ghana. What is trending number 1 in Ghana? A national cathedral. Now, let me make this correlation clear. Because you be asking yourself, okay, if you are talking about the New Hajj Village, why is the National Cathedral trending? What is the whole cause? And no any info about say NPP phone air party say Ebra Akufo Dubai and also a National Cathedral. Now I hear one big place are Christians. You bet gather because Akufo according to him no ko to join our bomb is Yakupon on your president. One of the promises on Yakupon and a pam Yakupon echo and say or a National Cathedral and obey be a best symbolizing in the Bible like what a Solomon, David and Kwame they build a place of worship for God. So now Akufo-Addo so apamoni Nyankopon ekoye no the National Cathedral, and Ghanaians really spoke about it because almost a waste of taxpayers' money and how churches were donating. It didn't make sense, and even the embezzlement of funds and the embezzlement of funds and also the corruption so in the National Cathedral and even amongst the board, leading to Darkwood Mills and other prominent people like Archbishop Duncan Williams, and so all resigning from the board was something also who said no Ghana for omeni jail. So the NPP is saying a ban is saying we treated Akufo-Addo with metal gloves and we are trying to treat John Dramani Mahama with kid gloves. Now, according to the New Patriotic Party, what they are saying here is simple. Akufo-Addo, see the National Cathedral project, it is something a bebo mine car. Then we need to use the same, we need to treat John Dramani Mahama with the same iron globes we treated the New Patriotic Party, because this particular New Hajj Village, it is just a photocopy of a National Cathedral, and it is something John Dramani Mahama all yet to appease the northern region voters and the Muslim voters and untana all here and I'm focus say hey you see a National Cathedral no dia munyina mo kan ho asem say enye eye for Christians dia enye eye for Muslims dia eye for Northerners dia eye dia ebema NDC for nya voter eye eno na ekos on social media. But then in all of this, let me give you the breakdown. This whole thing, it has been misconstrued. Basically, NPP for Minya Brett, they want to parade something. I'll be giving you the actual truth to this particular whole backstory, a propaganda, because John Dramani Mahama, proud and I say, contrary to what they are saying, he is not the person who even brought out the initiative. He just went there as a guest. I'm not defending any person, but we'll be putting the evidence on the screen. But shall I say, with a NY outlaw, Tiasamo Kanye, MPP ni fraction, Mupeni Bako, one of our communications experts. So when Nanado announced plans to build a national cathedral, we all witnessed the uproar, especially from Christians. Today, JM wants to build a Hajj Village, but no one remembers we have pressing needs. Muslims won't speak against it, but pastors came together to make sure the cathedral failed. The cathedral failed. So, Omo Party says, MPP force Omo Yama Christians are boy. So, what the New Patriotic Party is doing here is trying to use a bait, against the NDC, and you're trying to use a bait against the Muslims. So, hey, Christians, bibia mamwa almost say enye. But for Muslims are so trying to create that conflicting thing. But then the whole details about the whole National Cathedral, it is really shady, okay? And aside from that, so a big one corruption scammer, Akufo-Addo should be behind that bars or be in prison for doing this kind of shady, corrupt deal. Now, what is the secret and what is the whole thing about this? Now, in all of these things are air cost, definitely the truth is one and the truth will definitely be out. Shaha, Wefi. Our Hassan S. Tampuli, or see new Hajj Village projects, or breaking it down. Part 1. Did I hear John Dramani Mahama is going to cut soft for a new Hajj Village in Accra tomorrow? The project has been going on since last year and is the initiative of the former Minister of Transport, Honorable Kweku Esiama, with the Ghana Airport Company Limited and the Hajj Board as the implementing body. So, proud to what people are saying, is that John Dramani Mahama is just doing this, okay? And that's on all cut his sword. This time around, unlike the National Cathedral, you rename it, and you're in the new Hajj Village. And then Kofobi Shasia, John Dramani Mahama ko kate sword. So that's whole narrative. See, we say intro. In fact, almost just the former Minister of Transport, Honorable Kweku Esiama, or no, and together with the Ghana Airports Company Limited. And also the Hajj Board and back together on part said, let us implement this thing. So John Dramani Mahama requested a new face of it, so and kati sword. So if you see this whole thing, National Cathedral, new Hajj, the Hajj Village trending now, this is the whole issue, and they are trying to frame His Excellency John Dramani Mahama with this. Now, of course, if this is a photocopy or a carbon copy of the National Cathedral project, definitely we have to talk about it, because what is good for the goose is also good for the Ganges, yeah. But in all of these things, if John Dramani Mahama projects or call us a guest to cut a sword and also soon or be with the Muslim leaders as for a new president, they need him. It's not a president for just Christians, but also a president for Muslims. Then it shouldn't be a concern. And he frame the he said, John Dramani Mahama on Timmy Crime P. Are we seeing his assassination? Say John Dramani Mahama on Timmy People. Any Muslims from Kosuma na and obi to me see project man so John Dramani Mahama can't sword my na. And now say if it's a project from the former administration, whether it was corrupt or not, once you see a buying there, John Dramani Mahama cannot go there. Is that what we are saying as a nation? Anyway, Senko Tin Sema John Dramani Mahama did to Jabra. He was at the new Hajj Village, Omube, and somebody to when we come back, we continue.
Savings of up to 13,000 cedis per pilgrim. Inshallah, this will significantly increase the number of people performing this sacred journey this year. I'm certain that next year we can even bring the fare down further. After we pay off the millions of dollars of debts that have accumulated in Saudi Arabia from earlier Hajj operations. This year, we intend to airlift exactly 5,000 pilgrims to the Holy Land. And the task force has announced 13th March as the deadline for payment. We have facilitated a pre-finance arrangement with one of the local banks. And so I'm pleased as I speak to you to announce that all deposits for accommodation, transport, and other facilities have been paid. I've instructed the Hajj task force that they should cut off at exactly 5,000 and not go beyond 5,000. We don't want the previous situation where people rush with late payments and we are unable to airlift them and they come complaining. This year we set up a task force to manage the Hajj, because after government took office, we realized that period between taking office and the Hajj was too close. And so we brought competent people together, headed by Alhaji Collins Dauda, as a task force to organize the Hajj for this year. After this year's Hajj, we'll constitute the Hajj board, and we will appoint the chairman of the Hajj board. I've instructed the task force that Hajj is not a business. Hajj is not meant for profit. The Hajj task force must not structure things in order to make a profit. We don't want a profit from Hajj. After the performance of Hajj, if there is even 1 cedi left, that money should be donated to the poor or used for a project in the Muslim communities. His Eminence, the Chief Imam, eminent Muslim Ummah, I'm also happy to announce that I've instructed the legal counsel at the presidency, Madame Marietta Brew, to amend the Public Holidays Act to provide an extra holiday for the Muslim celebration of Eid al-Fitr. Therefore, beginning this year, there will be 2 days of holiday at the end of the holy month of Ramadan. Indeed, Allah reminds us in the Holy Quran, and I quote, it says, "Verily, the first house of worship appointed for mankind was that at Makkah, full of blessings and guidance for mankind and the jinn." And this is Surah Al-Imran 396. And in another verse, and I wish to quote again, the Quran says, "And proclaim to mankind the Hajj. They will come to you on foot, on an every lean camel. They will come from very deep and distant mountain highways." And this is in Surah Al-Hajj, chapter 22, verse 27. Hajj is a spiritual journey of purification and a reaffirmation of our submission to the will of Allah. This journey begins with our 5 daily prayers, and it intensifies through the holy month of Ramadan and reaches its pinnacle in the rites of the Hajj. I've always told my father, the Chief Imam, that I pray that Allah spares his life so that he will see 2 things in his lifetime before he is called to Jannatul Firdaus. One of them was the construction of the National Mosque in Kanda, and I thank Allah that he spared his life to see that beautiful edifice. The second was the construction of a permanent Hajj village for pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. And today I thank Allah that our Father is with us on this auspicious occasion. Since I came into public service, one of my greatest concerns has been ensuring that our Ummah embark on this sacred journey with dignity and in a conducive environment. And indeed, there's a hadith that states, "Indeed, Allah is beautiful," I quote, "and loves that which is beautiful," unquote. In 2009, when President John Evans Atamils of blessed memory commissioned me as his vice president to supervise the Hajj operations, I found a very pathetic situation in which pilgrims were left to sleep in the open at the El Wak Stadium. Many of them were bitten by mosquitoes and came down with malaria even before boarding their flights for the Holy Land. I therefore, with a team, set out to remedy the situation with Alhaji Bene and his group by setting up a temporary Hajj village using tents next to the El Wak Stadium. This improved the condition of pilgrims while they prepared to embark on the Hajj. Following an aircraft overshooting the runway at the Kotoka airport, the temporary Hajj village had to be moved from that site, and it was brought to its current site close to the Accra Polo grounds. Each of these temporary structures was an improvement over the previous one, but none of them fully met the dignity and comfort that our pilgrims deserve. During all this time, we were engaged with the Ghana Airport Company Limited to provide land for a new and permanent Hajj facility to be built. I therefore today give credit to all those who have worked, including members of the past administration, to bring us to this point where we can cut sword for this complex facility that will guarantee the safety and comfort of our pilgrims before they leave for the Holy Land. Today we gather here not as politicians, but as one people. Ghanaians who genuinely seek the welfare of our Muslim brothers and sisters wishing to embark on the Hajj. We're taking a bold step forward. This new Hajj village will serve as a modern, well-equipped and dignified facility for our departing pilgrims. Fellow citizens, as you were told, this edifice includes a fully air-conditioned pilgrims hall to ensure comfort before departure. And so this is like a terminal building, a smaller version of Terminal 3. And so they will be checked in there, and then they'll be taken straight to the aircraft to board and depart. There's a modern ablution and prayer area, a mosque, to facilitate spiritual preparation before our pilgrims leave. There's a well-organized accommodation, comfortable accommodation, to allow the pilgrims to rest peacefully before their flights are ready. There's a dedicated health facility, a modern clinic, to provide medical care and screening before they depart. There's a market and catering facilities so that they can be well fed before they leave. There will be an immigration desk and check-in services to streamline travel procedures before they embark on their pilgrimage. This project has been on the drawing board for a long time, and I thank Allah for allowing me to see this beautiful dream fulfilled. My thanks go to the management and staff of the airport company, Madam Yvonne and her staff, for making this project possible through what is a land swap agreement. And I thank our brother, the owner of Meshes Mawum's Construction, who are the promoters of this project, for their perseverance and diligence in bringing this project to commencement. My dear brothers and sisters, as I said, this project is for the welfare of all Muslims, notwithstanding political affiliation. And it is my fervent hope that we'll gather again here once more 24 months from now to commission this beautiful edifice to the glory of Allah. May Allah bless this project, may Allah bless this initiative and grant it success. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And before I resume my seat, I wish to extend my thanks to our Muslim ministers and MPs. They, at the beginning of the holy month of the Ramadan and the fasting, have brought to me 7,650 bags of sugar and 2,650 bags of rice to be distributed to the Muslim Ummah for people who do not have food to eat during the Ramadan. And so we'll do that presentation too here. Immediately after this event, we'll hand over these products. I want to thank Alhaji